Hi, my name is Amber Grable, and I teach at Round Valley High School in Covelo, California. And for my virtual field trip, I decided to visit the Willits FFA farm. The staff at Willits High School has worked really hard to create a farm that really supports their students' projects. And as my own farm is currently underutilized, I thought it would be great to go and revisit and see some cool stuff that they have got going on and how they're able to really support their kids. I will say that most of this was filmed in October when there's not much really going on at their farm. It's the wrong time of year for our projects up here, but I was still able to see the infrastructure and some of the cool stuff that they get to do up there. So this is the Willits High School farm. This is a storage unit working over to their orchard, and they're grazing for their goats. A nice big open space that we have used in the past for events like outdoor dinners, things like that. Passing the steer barn over to the garden, and then their fancy show barn, and then back to the beginning. So this is the outside of the show barn. The show barn was built about 4 years ago. And inside the show barn, as we'll see, there's space for pens, and there is an indoor arena that allows for swine showmanship, steer showmanship, practices. It's also been used as an event barn. Just a really great multi-purpose space that allows students to really be able to practice and get ready for their different shows. The stall doors are also large enough that we can put trailers and things like that in there if it's necessary, which really allows some versatility on the farm and allows for some really cool events to happen in person. This is the pasture area and the orchard. Currently, Willits High School doesn't do a ton with the fruit from the orchard. The orchard's been there forever, but they do some things. Walking into the goat barn, we can see part of the goat barn is being utilized for storage. This is a new barn that was built probably about 5 years ago. It has capability for stalls on both sides. Currently, there is stalls only on the one side with runs out into that orchard and pasture area. I filmed this on a very rainy day, so all of the goats were hanging out with me while I filmed this, trying to be helpful. But as you can see, those runs lead right out to that pasture. Once we leave the goat barn, we'll head over towards the steer barn. In front of the steer barn, under the awning, Willits High School currently has a setup for some rabbit projects. These cages are really cool. They're self-cleaning. They make it super easy for the kids, and they're under the awning of the steer barn, so in the summertime, they're well shaded for most of the day. Once you walk into the barn, it's a traditional horse-style barn that they utilize for their steer projects. So there is 3 stalls on one side and 2 on the other, and they are cement stalls with pads down, and then they open up to small paddocks that allow the steers to have a little bit of room to get to some grass if they would like. And then when the steers are actually in the barn, they will rotate the steers through the pasture. Behind the steer barn is the practice arena. In the video, it's a little overgrown, but like I said, this is mid-October, and currently we are not mowing or anything. So during this show season, this is cleared out and is used as a practice arena for not only Willits FFA projects, but Willits 4-H utilizes this space as well. Finally, across from the steer barn and the arena is the garden space. Willits High School has been working on this garden space for quite some years. I remember when I was in high school, we very first started developing this space, but now it's utilized to grow all kinds of goodies. They do a CSA project where students will put together boxes for local community members, and they also have pumpkins in there every year. So it's a great use of space and really helps allow students to get hands-on in that garden area. I think that the Willits High School model is super successful because they've really kept student projects in mind and making sure that the farm is workable for the students. Their model is not perfect by any means. It is constantly under construction. When I spoke with the instructors there, they really said, if you're going to do something like this, lay it out from the very beginning, so that you have your barn layout down perfect. If they could move some things, they would. When you're working with facilities that are built on a school budget, we tend to piecemeal things together, and so the layout's not always super fabulous. They also gave some really great advice on sizing of things. Making the goat barn a little bit bigger would have been nice. Some of the doors on the show barn are excessively large. Just some things like that, little things. And then, really their suggestions for implementation was just putting in the work and really coming up with a facility that you think will work for your projects. Not every program has rabbits. Not every program is going to have chickens. Really just making sure that we keep the kids in mind and keep their projects the center of how we're going to build our farm facilities. So I hope you guys enjoyed this virtual visit. I greatly enjoyed going back and seeing all the changes that had happened at Willits High School from when I was there 12 to 15 years ago. So it was just kind of cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.